Hello and happy Monday. It's 5:44. It's the first update of the day, and kid you not when I say that when I got here this morning, I did not stop. I had just a lot of things I wanted to get ready for the day, and I did do a lot on Saturday when I was here, but I just had some little things that I needed to do for today specifically. So I kept saying I need to pick up the camera, but I just literally didn't have a moment, and it's okay. I'm not going to apologize for it because that's the teaching life. So today was a good day. I feel like there is again so much going on this week, but it's okay. We are still rolling with our Word Detectives unit and Mystery of the Silent E. Trying to think if there was anything super exciting. Today was really neat because in phonics we learned that yes, we've kind of discovered the case of the missing E, and we talked about how sometimes when detectives feel like they've discovered something, they close the case, but we said we're not going to do that because we want to keep learning and growing even more and more. So we took a lot of words that we have learned with the silent E on the end, and we started to change letters and made all these kinds of words, and eventually we sorted them into based on their endings. So like we sorted all the ain words, all the ate words, all the ache words, and all the aim words. And they did a really, really good job with writing those and changing those, so that was really neat. Then we learned that as a word detective, our fourth mission was to, take a slow look. No, that doesn't sound right. Slow look, slow. My brain is going dead here. Hold on a second, let me check. I'll check our top secret envelope to make sure. Say hello. Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. So I honestly don't know where this clip is gonna fall. That sounds super random, but I started to film yesterday and said some things, and then I had a friend stop by and honestly got super distracted and didn't pick the camera back up. So I don't even know that you will see yesterday's clip, so if not, happy start of the week. It has just been busy. There's a lot going on this week, which, as you know, is just the name of the game for most weeks of the school year. But it's all good. And then today, we had a math event this morning, so my kids were pulled by their parents this morning to go play math games. And then I was out during my specials, and then an hour after because we did a data meeting and we did some planning together, and it was Constitution Day, so we were throwing things of that in, which I really enjoyed. But it's just been hectic, but it's all good. We made it. So let me show you a couple of things that we did yesterday. So we are doing how-to writing. So they're writing, teaching someone how to do something that they know a lot about, that they've done several times. So we read How to Make a Bouncing Egg, the book, and we talked about, what are some of the things the author did to make it a good how-to book, and then we followed the steps to do the experiment. So we have put our egg in a cup of vinegar, and in 3 days it should bounce. So you can kind of see that it's changing, so they're really enjoying kind of watching that. So today was, I guess, day 2. We did it mid-morning yesterday, so we'll probably let it sit maybe at least till the end of the day tomorrow, and maybe even another day just to make sure it will bounce. So we will see, and I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Let me think. I'm jumping all over the place here. In phonics yesterday, it was good stuff. I'll show you. I had to think about, I was getting today and yesterday confused. So yesterday we did a lot of writing words, and we learned that, we're not just learning how to read these words with our silent E rule and the case we're solving. but we can write them. So we did a lot of like writing words, changing letters to make new words, which resulted in us creating all of these words together, and then we sorted them based on their endings. So this was a really cool lesson. And then today we got a text message from the super secret detective agency, and I put it on chart paper so that they could read it. So I'll show it to you really quickly. So this is the message they got, and they had to use their silent E rules to read this. So it says, Silent E is on the run. We have found him at the end of words with other vowels, not just A. Will he make that sound change too? We need you to investigate. The case is not over yet. And it was signed the SSDA. So they used their silent E rules to read a good chunk of this. And then they went searching in their books today for some other words that end in a silent E where the vowel is changed to a long vowel. So that was really cool. They did some investigating with that. And tomorrow we're going to jump into words with the vowel O that end in E. So that will be fun, and I'll keep you kind of posted on how that goes. I feel like there was something else I was going to show you, and now I'm like going blank. I guess I could show you really quickly. I did do a couple of things in my room on Saturday. Let me put this back. It's going to bother me if I don't. So I did do a couple of things in my room. One of which being I moved my birthdays. I don't think I've shown this yet, unless I did on Friday. I think I showed that on Friday. I did do this on Saturday. So these are charts that we use in our units. So this is a good habits for solving hard words chart that will be referenced all year long. So I felt like it was important for it to be there. And then this one is another one that I'll reference all year. Readers build good habits. All of those things they will do all year long. So I thought those two were good charts to have permanently on our wall versus everything else, you know, we use in the unit, and then we come back to some of them, but those are two that we will use a lot. So I feel like I have rambled and talked enough. I'm gonna head home. It's 5 o'clock, so this is like the earliest I've ever left, I think, because I just need to go home and rest, and I have a lot of stuff ready for tomorrow. So sorry for the delay and the craziness of the week starting like this, but it's all good. It's gonna be great. Hope your week's going good, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, friends, and happy Wednesday. It is 6:19. So I am so proud, not at night, in the morning. So proud that I forced myself to check in this morning, because I have not been doing that the last 2 days. So good morning. I am just getting some things ready for the day. I have like all of these little things in my head that I would like to try to get done this morning. But first and foremost, I need to make sure that I am ready to teach, obviously. So I'm gonna check my email and do a couple of things, and then once I get everything set up for the day, I'll check back in and give you kind of a sneak peek of some things we're doing. So I'll see you in just a second, friends. Hello, happy end of the day. It is 6:38, and I totally just realized I said I was going to come back on and share some things I was doing for the day and show you some things I had prepared, but that didn't happen. I'm getting real bad about that, but I'm going to promise and I'm going to try to get better. So I actually left right after school to go see my nephew. They live right down the road, so I wanted to go visit because he was about to wake up and I wanted to see him awake. So got to hold him a little bit, and then I came back. One of the big things I just finished was I had to finish a bulletin board that was supposed to be done for the month of September, but you know, it's done now. Hold that thought real quick. Okay, sorry, I was getting the memory card light again. I always do that, and then I forget to fix before I start. Anyways, so today was really a great day. I feel like we did so many great things teaching wise, and they just did such a good job learning wise, I guess I would say, as silly as that probably sounds. So this morning, one of the first things that I did do is I gave everybody a new reading and writing partner. So, I mean, they use those partners all day, every day, pretty much. And so it's just important for me to give them a partner, number one, that they can read with, but number two, that they get along with. And I'm realizing this is a little cricket, sorry. And number three, that they work well together. So it was actually really perfect because my reading lesson today, the next mission that they got was that good word detectives have a reading partner that they work well with. So we played a game show where I had 3 people come up, and each time I had to pretend to be their reading partner, and I was a different reading partner each time, and the rest of my class was the audience and the judges, and they had to decide if I was a good reading partner or not and why. And I really wish I had this on film because I've said this before, but like the theatrical side of teaching is one of my favorites because I have that background, and that was something that I loved as a kid, but I loved all through school and even now out of school. So it was really fun for me. The first time I turned my back to the little child, and they played along with this so well. I turned my back and slouched and was like, this is boring, and my kids quickly picked up that that's not a good thing to do. And then the second time was my favorite because it was real over the top, but I snatched the book from the kid and I said, no, I'm reading first. And then he mispronounced a word, and actually he didn't mispronounce it. I had to pretend like he did. I said, no, that's not that word, duh. And they realized that wasn't a good reading partner. And then the third time, I was perfect. I sat really nice and tall right beside my person, and we went back and forth reading. I was giving him hints and complimenting him. So they really loved that. And then we made an anchor chart listing all of the things that we should do as a good reading partner. So that was a really great lesson and just a good reminder. This morning in phonics, when they got here, Rashid, our lion friend, was asleep, and I told them that when I got here this morning he was snoring, and when I woke him up, he told me that he was so tired because he was so excited that my kids had figured out that the silent E doesn't make just the A long, but it also makes other vowels long. And he stayed up all night trying to find words for us to explore today. And specifically, he picked letter O words. So he had all of these words. I'll try to stick in a picture because he did look really cute, passed out with all of his words around him that he had tried to find for us. So we went through all the words, and we discovered that yes, it does work on most words, but we have words like come, that's a rule breaker, like the word have, which we talked about with A. So that was some really cool work that they did. And then they got a, I can show you one, hold on one second. They got a say and spell board. And they got to take this board, figure out what the picture was of, and they said it, and then they spelled it. And it was really, really awesome. They did this with their partners. I didn't create this. It came with our curriculum, so I had one for each partnership. I actually have one for every kid, but they didn't need one for each kid. But it was really neat because they were really doing a great job of, if they heard the long O, it probably had a silent E at the end, and it was really neat to see them apply those skills. So that went really well. And then in writing today, we talked, we started to do our class piece for how-to writing. So we reviewed what good how-to writing looks like, and then we wrote our first page together, and then they started to write their how-to books. I was so proud of them during writing today. It was like super silent, which is so good for them. And I was just extremely proud. In math today, we played a tic-tac-toe game with numbers. And then this afternoon in science, we are jumping into light and sound. So we are kind of reviewing the 5 senses, and we reviewed those today, and they did a cool little sort today with those. And yeah, it was a really, really awesome day. It was very productive. I feel like I taught them a lot of things. I feel like they are really grabbing hold of a lot of things, which is just the best. So I guess really quickly, let me show you tomorrow. We're gonna do our final look at our egg that we have set up. And so I'll show you kind of what it's looking like now. You can kind of tell it is really looking, the color is changing, and it's really looking I'm really scared to touch it, but it's really kind of looking gooey. So tomorrow we'll do, oh look, there's Rashid. He was asleep this morning on this pillow, which is a tool for some of my friends to calm down. So yeah, it was a good day. It was a really good day. I am going home with my heart so full and feeling so accomplished. I feel like I got a lot of things done that I needed to get done. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off of here and go home. And tomorrow our Board of Education is visiting. So I'm gonna come here early, make sure my room looks good and neat, and that I'm ready for them. So I'm gonna hop off, go home, get some rest. I'll be back tomorrow to do this all again. See you soon, friends. Hello and happy Friday and happy first update of the day. It is 5:57 p.m. I guess technically it is not the first update of the day because we went on a field trip today to our local museum of aviation, and our kids got to do some fun science activities with light, sound, and magnets because those are some science units that we have coming up. And I vlogged and filmed the entire time, so in just a second you'll see that footage. So really I have vlogged today, just not officially spoken to you, I guess. So it has been such a busy week and a last couple of days, and I am trying to think if I even picked up the camera yesterday. I am not quite sure, to be honest. I think I did not. But it has been just a busy week with so much going on with the field trip and all of that good stuff. And spur of the moment, just rearranged my room once more with the help of some very loyal and dedicated friends. So I guess I'll give you a quick sneak peek because I'm about to head out. I'm definitely going to have to come back at some point this weekend to finish this and get ready for the week. But let me show you this, and then I'll see you guys sometime later on. So these yellow shelves used to be up here, but now they're over here. And really, I have been thinking about how to rearrange the front of this room just because I have really wanted to be able to use my document camera from the front of the room with the smartboard. And so I'm really excited. I'm going to move my chair probably over here. This desk, that desk is going to be moved out because I don't need it. It was an extra student desk. Probably going to move my chair over there and then probably get a stool and a little table to put up here so I can use my document camera. And you know what? Now I'm realizing that border needs to go all the way down under that smartboard. But I'll do that later. So now my easel is over here in this corner. I've got to find a place for this. And it really needs to be somewhere kind of in a corner because it doesn't stand up as well anymore. I did put this bookshelf in front of my white table over here. And so now my kids are, their desks are in groups behind us. So I feel like this looks great. I really love this. Like, this makes me happy. I hope they stay like this. In that I hope my kids don't move them too much because it looks good, and I like that it kind of creates this kind of intimate setting here on the carpet for our mini lessons. So yeah, that is that, you know, spur of the moment, rearrange the room, why not? I'll definitely kind of check back in maybe this weekend and show you kind of how this looks when it's finished. But I'm heading out, going to a Disney trivia event tonight, which I'm super excited about, and I am dressed for the occasion, so we are all set. But it's been a great week, and I'll check back in and keep you posted on how this turns out. But hope your week's been great, and I will see you soon, friends. Good morning and happy Monday. It is 7:21. I have been here for probably at least an hour. Just getting some things ready for the day. I guess really quickly, let me show you how my room rearrangement has turned out. So I did come on Saturday for a little while and straighten some things up. So I'll kind of show you how this turned out. So I think you saw these yellow shelves. They were already in that place. I did leave my chair in the front, and then this table, I don't know how long this will stay here, but I really just needed something for my document camera to sit on. So again, probably just temporary, but we will see. And then my easel is still over here, and then I did put my drawer cart back in that corner because it does well leaning on something, which left my bookshelf over here with books that we're reading or go along with our unit. This table is a mess. So I moved my lamp and my diffuser, and I finally found a place to put my read canvas. So that is how room rearrangement, probably number 4 of the year, turned out. So yeah, excited to see how that works today. Also, yesterday, my school did an event at Hammer and Stain, which is a local DIY project place. I think they're all over the country. But let me just quickly show you what I painted. So obviously it goes along with my classroom very well, and it will fit perfectly for fall, so I gotta get that on the door. I think that my door hanger is in my Christmas box because I'm sure that I hung a wreath on it or something, so I'm gonna try to find that so I can put that on my door. I'm just finishing getting some things ready for the day, and I'll hop back on at some point today, who knows when, and kind of let you know how it went. But I'm gonna get back to work, so I'll be ready when my kitties come. But I'll see you in just a little bit, friends. Hello and happy end of the day. It is 5:20, so I guess I'm doing pretty good because I am usually it's much later when I check in, so this is good. It has been a good day. I feel like today went by super fast. Probably because we had library and computer lab today. So those two things took out a good chunk of time. I will tell you, the computer lab stresses me out just a little bit because I love using technology. I think it's great and kids love it. But trying to teach first graders how to type words into a search bar, get them to put in a username and a password, all of that is very difficult, and they don't know the keyboard. I had a lot of kids typing in Q's for P's, just a lot of crazy things. So that was very interesting. Very interesting. So hopefully they get better as time goes on, and they get a little more acclimated to that. So those two things really took a huge chunk of the day. We did phonics and reading this morning, which both went really well. I love having that document camera over there. That was such a game changer today for so many different things. I felt like my shared reading was the best that it's ever been because of it. So that was really, really good for them and for me. We didn't get to do any math because we went to the computer lab, but they were playing math games. This afternoon we did a little bit of social studies and talking about American symbols, which went really well. And then yeah, then the day was pretty much over. We did start reading Charlotte's Web today. We are 2 weeks away from fall break, and when our fall break hits, the fair hits. So I'm gonna try my best to get that finished before we leave for fall break, and maybe even let them watch the movie as well. So I think that'll be fun. I'm not totally planned for tomorrow. I have a few things I'll have to do in the morning, but I feel good about leaving. I'm gonna head home and probably, honestly, eat dinner, take a shower, and go to bed. I just feel like I don't have as much energy nowadays. It's very, very interesting. I am going to see my doctor on Thursday, though, and kind of let her check me out and make sure nothing's going on, but just don't feel totally energized. But we'll save all of that for later. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. Tomorrow we do start Academic Opportunity, which we call AO, where our kids will go to different teachers for different things. I can share a little bit more about that in the morning. But I'm gonna head out and hope you guys have had a great Monday, and I'll see you soon, friends. Hello and happy end of the day. It is 5 o'clock and I'm about to go home. It has been such a busy day. So we had what we call a lab day today, where pretty much we had 2 hours to spend with our grade level and our administration, and we are working through small group cycles. So we did a little bit of work with our team there. One of our fabulous teachers modeled a small group lesson, slurring my words there, friends. And then we got to pull some kids and do a little bit of practicing. So it was so much fun. I enjoyed that. Didn't do a whole lot of that at my other school, so that was such a nice addition, and I just feel like I'm gonna get better and better as a teacher with things like that. So that was really great, but it did make for a hectic day because as soon as that was over, I came back and we did AO time. So we switched for Academic Opportunity time for the first time today. So I have a group of 8 kids that I'm working with on writing numbers, and then all of my kids are in other groups. I can talk more about that at another time, but today was really just the first day and kind of got them going. And other than that, it was a pretty normal day, but it was just a lot, kind of all in one day. So I just had a lot of little things that I was prepping this morning, so that's why I didn't check in. But I'll do better tomorrow. It can always get better the next day. So I am gonna head home because I just want to kind of chill out and rest a little bit. I have to stop and run an errand on the way home. But yeah, not gonna just sit here and ramble. I will see you guys in the morning, friends. Good morning and happy Wednesday. And to think for a minute. It is 7:09 and I have been here for like an hour just getting some things ready for the day. I am almost fully planned for the day. I have a few little things just to get ready for a couple lessons, but I know what I'm teaching, which is obviously the most important. So today I think will be the first normal day of the week where there's not anything out of the ordinary. So yeah, I am excited. I think I said this yesterday, but we did some work with small groups yesterday, and one of the things that we focused in on was how to use shared reading in a small group. And so I had been doing a little bit of that just because one of my best friends on my grade level is like our literacy guru in our building. She used to be a literacy coach, and she's amazing. So she had already kind of showed us that and talked to us about that. So I'd already been doing it, but I learned how to do it even better. So those of you that are familiar with shared reading know that one of the things that we like to do is to go through and cover up some of the words. So my group, one of the ones I'm working with today, they're all independent level C, so we're working on getting to level D, and so I'm going to read a level D book with him, and one of the things we're working on is looking at the last letter. So I'll kind of show you some of the things that I did to kind of help them out, and I have a few more that I want to add in. Like in this one, I covered up the end of the word, but like I'm going to start by saying, hey, here's the first 2 letters, here's the first sound that you hear. What do you think you would hear at the end of this word? So that, and then later on, I added in, I covered up the middle so that they could really rely on the first and last letter and really use some good meaning and structure to see if they can figure out that word. And then I'm probably going to do some where I just cover up the beginning of the word and see if they can use the last letter, just because that's the skill that I really want them to be good at. That's what they need to do in order to be successful and move to level D. So I'm gonna do that with one group. My other group that I'm working on, we are gonna do just some guided reading. We started a play last time I met with them and didn't get to finish it, so I promised that we would finish, and every day they have asked me, when are we gonna get to finish, when are we gonna get to finish? So I'm gonna finish that with them today. So just really excited about some of this small group work. It's gonna be good. So I feel like I have a good handle on the day. I'm gonna make sure I just have everything kind of in order, because I could potentially be observed today, which is a little nerve-wracking, but it's also a little exciting. So I'm gonna go get ready for the rest of the day, and I will talk to you soon, friends. All right, we have made it to the end of the day. I am always tired at the end of the day, but I think I am more tired this week because we have started AO, so it's that 30-minute block, where before I was just teaching my class. Now I'm teaching my small group, and it just makes the afternoon a little bit longer, or it makes it go by faster. I don't know, and I am just more tired because of that. But I really enjoyed working with that group today. I'll show you some things I did with them in just a second. But it's been a really good day. I did get observed this morning from my principal, so I got observed doing phonics workshop, which is what I really wanted to be observed in, and my kids did amazing. I was super proud of them, and I was very happy with it. So hopefully it went well. We will see. So yeah, let me show you some things that we did in math today, because math was super fun across the board. So we are still kind of working on, I'm gonna try to turn you here. We're still kind of working on just getting really a good sense of numbers and counting. So I have really started to teach my kids base 10 stuff and how numbers are broken into tens and ones. I keep looking at the window because I think there are people in the hallway, and I'm a little freaked out that somebody's gonna walk in while I'm filming. But I decided to do like a superhero theme today, so I played superhero music in the background, instrumental, which was just a little more fun. And we played Villain Vanish. So I used these posters that came from my Magic of Math unit that I have from Hope and Amy that I love. And so we had 9 different villains, and I told them that we had to be math superheroes and we had to vanish the villains. And the way that we did that is we had to break up the numbers and find the value of each digit. I didn't use the word digit, but we had to break up the number. So like when we got 13, they knew that that was 10 and 3, and so forth. So I had a recording sheet, and I don't have an extra one, but there was a recording sheet that went with it. So like I put them under the document camera, they recorded them on their paper, and they just really enjoyed it. It was something different, and I took something that I think could be so boring and just made it a little more exciting. Hello and happy Friday. I'm trying new angles here. This is interesting. So I am fairly confident that the last time I picked up this camera was on Wednesday. I don't know that for sure, but I'm fairly confident in that, because I think that, well, I don't think, Thursday we had a faculty meeting, so I know I was here early and getting stuff ready, and I don't think I vlogged. And then, yes, and then yesterday afternoon I left just a few minutes before the end of school because I had a doctor's appointment. And so it was just a little bit of a chaotic day. And then this morning I was getting ready for the day, and I slept in just a little bit, so I didn't come in quite as early, and have just been nonstop. So it has been a great 2 days. I think I shared this, but I did get observed, I think it was Wednesday. I got my results today, and I had really good feedback. So it was refreshing to read. I always love to hear what people think when they watch from the outside, because there were things that my principal noticed that I didn't notice, and it's just really neat to see those things. So that is done, and I'm feeling relieved about that. Now I'm remembering. Look, I'm having brain. The last time that I vlogged was Wednesday afternoon, and the camera died mid me talking about my day. So yeah, Anyways, it has been a great 2 weeks. Teach your brain on a Friday. It's been a great 2 days. Today we did have super specials, so I had a 2-hour planning. I am getting ready for report cards, and it's so different in first grade and in the primary grade. So that is going to take me a little bit of time, but I think it'll be beneficial to think about and rate my kids in lots of different areas. It's just going to be a little more time consuming than it was in third grade. So yeah, so I'm not going to drag this on any longer. I'm going to really do a better job next week of vlogging, I promise. It is the week before fall break, so that is exciting. I think they need a break. I think I need a little bit of a break. I'm going to Disney World, so I'm super excited. And yeah, so I'm going to hop off. I'm going to head home, try to relax, and have a little bit of a chilled out weekend. And I will see you guys in the next one.